Hey everyone, it's Cashew. It's time for another bite before bedtime. And this time I thought I would go for something that did not have heat. Although I did, yes, once again get something from Jungle Gyms, but it was so unique, excuse me, that I just had to get it. And I almost missed it. I was walking out and I just happened to look over. And had I not seen it, I would have never been able to do this vlog. I'm comparing Lay's potato chips, but they're kind of different. One is an American classic flavored Lay's, and the other is one made in China. And this one says classic American flavored. So it's going to be imitating this one. And I've already opened the bags because I had opened a bag earlier and more of the chips were on the floor than in the bag, so I thought I'd go ahead and just be safe about rather than have this become a blooper reel. So I was looking at the ingredients and there's really not much difference in the two. In the American Lay's, it has vegetable oil, and in the Chinese they use grapeseed oil. So it'll be interesting to see if there's a difference in taste between the two. So I'm going to start off with, I think I'll go ahead and start off with the American Lay's because this is what I'm used to. This is my go-to chip when I want some just regular old potato chips. And I enjoy these, but I've noticed last few bags I've bought, they're not as salty. So I don't know if that's something deliberately that they're trying to do for health reasons or they're cutting back for financial reasons, but I've noticed these are not as salty as they once were. But the grease is still there, so yeah. If you like Lay's potato chips, you like the originals, you already know what it's like. Tastes great. So let me get a drink and we'll try these out. And you know, it's interesting. This is middle of July that I'm filming this, and you know, I'm pretty much doing the same thing I did since February or January, maybe even March at best. I'm just staying home and not really able to go out anywhere. The places I want to film are closed, or they have so many restrictions that I'm better off waiting. And I'm sure it's driving you guys crazy too. And I had a big day today because I went to Freddy's and ordered a hamburger, and I sat in my car and ate it. And I kind of felt like somebody who was working in an office having lunch in their car or something, you know. I just kind of was sitting there and seeing lots of folks walking around with masks and little kids with masks, and I thought, you know, this is going to be a heck of a story for folks when they become grandparents, you know, talking about the big virus that made everybody have to wear masks. And you know, I mean, I'm very grateful that I have my health, and certainly there are a lot of folks out there probably who are not as fortunate as myself or some of you watching this, where, you know, they got the virus and they're not doing too well. So you know, for me, I've learned to become very grateful for certain things. You know, you don't really appreciate it until it's not there. And so I appreciate being able to go and walk around someplace without any restrictions. And I appreciate being able to go to the cemeteries and shoot vlogs for you. And so, you know, I think we're all adjusting. We all have things that we'd rather be doing right now, but you know, a lot of folks I've talked to keep talking about how glad they'll be when this year's over, and I certainly hope next year you know, things are a lot better. So we'll see. But, and I'm speaking of hoping things are better, I hope these are better than I expect. So let's try these out. Okay, here's the chip. You can see it looks just like the American potato chip. Here, I'll get a compare and contrast here. Let's make it scientific. It's like PBS. See, you can see there's really no real difference between the chip. I mean, other than the shape. I mean, no. So this is the American, and then here's the Chinese Lay's. So let's see how much it tastes like the American original. It's definitely not American. It's definitely a different taste. I mean, it's a distinctively a distinctively different taste, to be sure. And I'm not sure what the taste is, but now that I know it's grapeseed oil, I'm guessing it's probably that. Yeah, I'm definitely not finishing the bag. I mean, I'll eat some for you guys, but yeah, as soon as I shut this off, it's gone. Yeah, there's something missing. It doesn't have the saltiness. I think it has a little bit more salt than the American, but I think it's the oil. There's definitely a different taste to it, and I think I prefer these better. You know, of course, this is what I was raised on, and maybe if I was raised on the Chinese version, maybe that would be different for me. But I think I'm going to stick with these, and they're a lot cheaper. These are, you know, like $1/4 a bag, and those, I forget, they were like $3 maybe. So a bit of an experiment, you know, but rather pricey for a couple bites, and then, but you know, it's worth it because I bring it to you. Save you to $3. Anyway, so I would say if you want to try them out because you have an adventurous palate, go for it. But if you really just want good flavor, stick with the American Lay's. Definitely very good. So I hope before too long, I hope we're all able to walk out and about and go to the places we enjoy visiting and do a lot of things without so many restrictions. It'd be a lot of fun. So I know I would enjoy it, and hopefully we'll be able to do that very soon. So until then, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Oh, and one other thing. I forgot to give you the Screaming Goat. And so, for the American Lay's, I'm sorry, but I'm partial. I'm going to give it 10 Screaming Goats. These are my go-to chips. If I have any chip that I can get, it will be these. The Chinese Lay's, however, I'd have to give, honestly, I'll give it 5 Screaming Goats. These definitely are missing something, and you really can't copy an original by any means. And as I was saying, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. And in the description box down below, I'll have links to my Patreon and my PayPal if you want to contribute to my channel. And I'll also have links to my Teespring where you can get a Cashew Paw t-shirt, coffee mug, or tote bag. And so until next time, everyone, this is Cashew signing off. Have a good night, and I hope you're staying well.